Welcome to Weighted to Win, another good show because it's a double header, Turfentine and Kenilworth. I know Darren's been studying quite hard too, and he's already told me get ready for Kenilworth on Saturday. Daryn?
Yes, I think I found two very solid bankers, a nice double at around 11-2. So I'll mention that towards the end of the show.
Okay, and Darryl and Turfentine, what does that look like?
Looks a punter-friendly card, Clyde. Let the viewers stick around. We've got a banker for them. And we'll be tipping the pick 6-2 at a very cheap cost.
Lovely stuff. Okay, well, let's move and get into the show quickly to have a look at what the situation is, take you through what we believe we got for you. And so, just before we get to what the rest of the show, there's our disclaimer that you guys understand, I'm sure, why it's there. And the latest 4RACING have got their license. They read it in the Sporting Post today. So that's the breaking news from a horse racing perspective. Congratulations to everybody involved. I know it's been a long time coming, but it has, we believe, come through now. And I guess the handover process starts as of today. We wish them all the very best. The latest from Weighted to Win is that you got a chance, as we mentioned before, to dine with the stars, and we're going to be doing a live show in a couple of weeks' time, and we'll be hosting some super guys around the table, and we hope that you, as our viewer and part of the Weighted to Win group, we hope that you can be there and be part of that, and we would love for you to be there. And the only way to do that is to get onto the WhatsApp group, join. Remember to enter the WTW referral code when you register and you open your account, and become active and be part of it. Be a part of the exciting times that lie ahead. There's the number 0691643272. Let's get to the business. Might be some thunder showers at Turfentine on Saturday. Weather, Daryn, how's the weather in Cape Town as a matter of interest?
The weather's lovely in Cape Town at the moment. Sun's been out the whole week. So
Great.
The penetrometer should be quite low, good for racing.
Okay, excellent. Well, we might have thunder showers at Turfentine, nothing rain as far as that is concerned. I'll just move this out the way for you guys. You can have a look. The last 7 days has been 33 mils from a rainfall perspective, but no irrigation. So we've got a pen of 20 that's there. And note that there's a 6-meter spur at the 700-meter mark when they turn for home. Latest scratches, note the second race. Those are the scratches, and the third race. Those are the two scratchings over there. Let's get to the market now and have a look at the betting and see what that looks like for you. Just show that quickly, where at this point in time, number 4, Karapi's at 28-10, 13 Quattrobellions at 7-2, and the 2 Secret Linkers at 5-1. Straight to you, Darryl. Let's start with Turfentine race 4. Tell us what we can do to open up.
Clyde, I've narrowed it down to the top 2 in the betting. I think the bookmakers have got it spot on here. Karapi, now he put up a very decent debut. I must be honest, he did disappoint in his second start when he was quite deep in the red, but that was a work riders event, and I think he's better than that effort. He is obviously lightly raced, and he does have scope for improvements. And if you ever look at that work rider race, he had a horse called Mr. Blue Sky behind him. I think he was about 4.5 lengths behind him, and on a line through Mr. Blue Sky, he should have the beating of number 2 Secret Link. So I think Karapi, just to have a look at his debut effort, he ran down Timbavati River, who notched his second career victory yesterday at Turfentine. So the form has been franked. I think he's one for the shortlist. And I've backed him up with the filly in the race. She does get 3 kilograms sex allowance over here, and I think that's going to put her right in there with a solid chance. That's number 13, Quattrobellion. Now, I am wary over that form line, Clyde, because there were 3 or 4 runners that featured from that form line when contesting the Work Riders Day at the Vaal, and all of them got beat. But this is a daughter by Silvano. She's only had 1 run under her belt. She can only improve from that effort. So she has a lot of scope for improvement. So I only think 4 and 13 is enough to get you through the first leg of the pick 6. Others I want to touch on is number 2, Secret Link. He was very disappointing last time out, but he did have excuses. He pulled terribly on that occasion. And I think the drop-in trip will be in his favor. But there were 8 horses covered by 2 lengths. and I don't like seeing them so congested at a finish. And then the one that you want to throw into trifectas is number 12, Stolen Thunder. Now he's a son of Gray's Inn out of a dynasty mare, and he's been gelded. I think he'll tighten up with this runner under his belt, and he could be one to watch next time out because he is having his first run as a gelding. But for me, I'm only going 4 and 13.
Yeah, I see. Peter was in good form also in the week. In fact, on our WhatsApp group, if you joined, you would have got the information. We like Sound of Summer. We won Little Prince. Pity Valdorcia didn't win, Daryn.
Yes, Valdorcia didn't see that at the mile. There was always question marks there, but he didn't quite see it out. He's a sprint up to 1400. That's his best trip. Onto the first leg of the pick 6. I thought it was a wide open race. I was a bit concerned about the form line with Karapi. Last time out, he was odds on in a 6-horse field in a work rider race, and he couldn't win. Quiet Rebellion, same thing. 3 runners, the 4th, 5th, and 6th horse behind him over, ran on Tuesday in a work rider meeting. 2 of them were odds on. They both got beat. So the form isn't standing up. Secret Link, last time out, he pulled the jockey's arms out. I'm surprised he still ran a length off the winner, but the drop in trip, they're going to go faster. He's going to settle, and on his best form, he'll be right there. A horse called Leeson, number 10 on the card. He's an ideal world. He took a long time to unwind last time out, and he got going very late to get up for 3rd. They stuck the blinkers on. He should be right there. Stolen Thunder, Cape Town form, not a bad form line. It's hard to say how he's going to go first time over a mile and in the high fault, but I can't ignore him, and I have thrown him in. And then Master of Coin, not much separating him and Secret Link on the Let's Do It form line. I've thrown him in as well, and even Mike the Pilot I've thrown in. So I've gotten about 7 runners in the pick 6, only because the form lines of the 2 favorites haven't stood up too strong.
All right, so you're making it competitive. Darryl, on the other hand, makes it a 2-horse race. Let's go to race number 5. Yeah.
I just want to mention, just watch the outcome of the 3rd race with Chirin Goma, because she represents the same form line as Quiet Rebellion. And she does look to win. So if that form is frank tomorrow, I wouldn't be writing off Quiet Rebellion.
Okay, so just keep your eyes open as far as the 3rd race is concerned. All right, we'll watch out for that. Race 5 now, guys. I'll come to Daryn, Eternity Ring and Clafouti as we move on to the event, this being the Fillies Mile. And it's no doubt a quality field. Weighted horses, I suppose, look at the weights. A horse like Marigold comes into the race with a chance, and even Follow Me is well weighted. Eternity Ring. In fact, they're weighted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in terms of weights in that numerical order. So, Daryn, Clafouti does seem to be quite talented, though.
Clafouti's a decent filly. She hasn't beaten much. Her maiden victory, she beat a very moderate field. And last time out, it was a 74 handicap. If she had any sort of ability, she was going to win that race. But she did win it very comfortably. And she looks to have a bright future ahead of her. I do believe that in time to come, she's going to go 2,000 meters. And I do believe she'll be most effective over those trips. My value bet on the card is Follow Me. This filly, her first run back was over 1,400 behind One Night in Paris. She was actually beaten by Marigold Hotel on that occasion. But I do believe she'll turn the tables over the mile. She's got a bright future. I think she's going to be even best over 1,800 meters in time to come. But I do believe we're going to see her improve 5 lengths from her last start. She's a quality filly. She's run off the likes of Desert Miracle in the past. She's beaten Clafouti, giving Clafouti 3 kilos. Now it's level weights. So for me, the value lies with Follow Me over Marigold Hotel, who ran a cracking race in the Starling Stakes. That was a good enough run, and she's highest rated horse in the race. And Clafouti, I won't ignore her. She's not best weighted at all. She's a good few kilos off best weighted, but she looks to have a little bit of quality about her. And then Eternity Ring won a cracker last time out, and she should be right there at the finish. I've thrown in the top 4 in the betting.
Okay, maybe Follow Me needed the run, Darryl, last time out.
Absolutely, Clyde. But it's not much later. And I don't know how much improvement she would have made since then, but they have put on a pair of blinkers, and she is very talented. So it would be no shock to see her bounce back to her best. Excuse me. I'm a little bit wary about the ratings here. Clyde, at Marigold Hotel, she got hiked up from an 89 to a 107 in her last start. They used Big Burn as the line horse. I've got my doubts as to whether she was the correct line horse in that race. But in saying that, she may end up this rating or even higher as she progresses through her career. You know, she put in 2 solid efforts since returning from a layoff, and she's obviously very talented, so you can't ignore her chances. Along with the likes of number 2, Follow Me. I like the look of number 3, Eternity Ring now. I thought she was very hard pressed to win a comeback run after a rest. She was all out, and she did it. She had nothing to come at the finish. Whereas last time out, she won oh so effortlessly, and I thought she obviously needed that comeback run. She's now having her peak run, 3rd run after a rest. She's 2 from 2 with the tongue tie, and she's she's going to be stripped very fit. So I like Eternity Ring. The other 2 I'm not ignoring are number 5, Sprinkles. Now, just have a look at her debut win. She fell over the line, beating a very, very moderate sort. And then next time out, if you watch the replay of that run, Clyde, going through the 400, you would have torn your tickets up. She was going to run midfield. And obviously, she's crying out for the ground because she picked them up smartly, and she just swooped on by. She blew them away. She's by Elusive Fort out of a dam who won up to 9 furlongs. So she's going to love the step up in trip. And if she can show a similar turn of foot over a mile, she could be anything. And then obviously Clafouti, she's done very little wrong to date since returning from a layoff. I know her latest form line reads 0 from 5, but you have to take note that the 4th and the 5th place horses have subsequently won. So it is holding up. But if I was, these are young fillies improving at different rates of their careers. So if I was pushed into a corner, I'd lean towards Eternity Ring. But I am putting 5 horses in the pick 6. I've gone 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7.
Okay, so you guys are making it competitive. The 6th race on the card is, let's have a look at it. It's the RA Tops Up Feature Race Stakes. It's a progress plate, run over the mile, and Lemon Delight comes in as far as best weight is concerned, but currently trading at around 9 to 2. Having said that, Darryl, the market indicates that Leopold is the right horse in the race.
Yeah, like you touched on the progress plate, and Lemon Delight comes on top, £5 ahead of Majestic Mozart. Now, my concern with Lemon Delight, Clyde, I know she's having her debut for a new yard up on the high vault, but she's never, excuse me, she's never ever won of a mile. Now she's returning from a rest, and she's going over the stand-side mile, which is one of the stiffest in the country. So I think she's going to be coming up for air over that final furlong. Majestic Mozart is another one, another ex-Bass Robinson inmate, making his debut for his new yard. But for me, he's been very, very disappointing. I expected so much more from him. And I mean, it's been 400 odd days since he's won a race. I know he's well treated over here, but I'd like to see him bounce back to some form. I know he's always there and thereabouts, but for me, he's a disappointing sort. I'd like to see him notch up some good, solid efforts before taking him seriously up on the half vault. Now, number 2, Leopold. I know he's 9 kilograms out of the weight of the Clyde, but I think his confidence is high with his last victory. Since returning from his layoff, he was progressing the right way. He was getting better with each and every run, and he's extremely fit. So he's certainly the leading light of here. He's the one to beat. And I make his biggest danger, number 4, Ivalo's Prince. I know he's not well treated over here, but he's very honest. And what I see happening over here, Clyde, is the stable companion to Leopold going up and making the pace up front. And Ivalo's Prince with Muzi Yeni slotting in second and getting the run of the race. And if a few of the others fluff their lines, like in the likes of the ones that are well weighted over here, I wouldn't be surprised to see him contesting the finish. I'm going to tip Leopold to beat Ivalo's Prince.
Okay, so 2 and then 4 in the 6th race. Daryn, your summary?
Well, this horse Majestic Mozart, he's very well treated here. His best form seems to be over like 14 a mile. He has got breathing issues, but I spoke to Andrew not too long ago, and he's actually doing really, really well at home. And they're expecting a nice run. He was carded to run about a week ago, and they abandoned the meeting where he looked close to a penalty kick that day. And I do make him the horse to beat. It's his first run on the high fault, but he's been there over a month, so he should have acclimatized nicely. And with 58 kilos, receiving 3 kilos from Leopold, that might give him the edge. Leopold was my best bet on the card a few weeks ago, and he won accordingly. He had 4 runs back after a lengthy break, and he's improved with each and every start. And once upon a time, I think he was rated 107 or so. He is running, he's rated currently 97, and we could see a decent season ahead of him as he's back to best. Pack leader, I've thrown him into the pick 6. He's had the one comeback run behind Bengua last time out. He wasn't really sighted. He ran 8 lengths off, but off 103 rating and a 1.5 kilo apprentice allowance, I think he can be very competitive. Lemon Delight, I'm concerned that she's returning off a break, first run on the high fault, and it's over a maximum trip of a mile. If it was a 1,400 meter trip, I would have given her a big chance, but not over the mile. And I don't see much else getting into the race. So I've gone 3, 2, and 1 in race 6.
Yeah, 1's an interesting horse. I wonder if they don't need to bring him down a little bit more in the ratings, because he is a talented horse on his day, back leader. He's a 103. He was a 109 for a long time. I think he needs to come down a bit more to be competitive. Now, let's go to the World Sports Betting presents the Gauteng Summer Cup on the 27th of November. It's a graduation plate over the 1,600 meters. And here, Perfect Witness, Daryn, looks at 14 to 10. And for me, I'm making this the best bet on the card. I thought that her last start was a good start. I also am of the opinion, being the second one after the rest could have played a role in that performance. Nothing wrong with the performance though. And I thought she was hard to beat here. What's your assessment?
I couldn't split numbers 1 and 4. Perfect Witness, I think she's going to enjoy the stand-side track. Having a third run after a rest over the stand-side mile, I think it's going to suit her down to the ground. But a horse like Miss Elegance, she's placed in the Gauteng Guineas over a mile behind War of Athena, 4 lengths of Captain's Ransom in the Guineas. And in a penultimate start, she actually beat Perfect Witness over the 1450, and she is now 2.5 kilos better off for that run. So I make it between 1 and 4. I'm not going to split them. I've gone the 2 horses in the pick 6, and probably a nice exacta player boxed.
Yeah, Darryl, I suppose Miss Elegance has got a chance, but we need to talk Daryn into Perfect Witness here.
Clyde, I'm sure you recall I made Miss Elegance my value bet last time out. She was 7 to 1. They backed her into 3 to 1. She was given every opportunity and she just failed to pick up in the straight. That run was too disappointing for me to consider over here. I thought it was below par on her behalf. For that reason only, I'm very big on Perfect Witness here. She's having her third run after a rest, and I think she's going to prove herself to be a different kettle of fish on the stand-side track. She put 7 lengths between her and an above average sort in Ferrari last time out. I think the top 2 are quite decent in their own right. And like I say, Perfect Witness on the stand-side track, I'm seeing her bounce back to her best in a big, big way. She's my best bet on the card and a confident pick 6 banker.
I just want to ask you now, would you take 14 to 10 about Perfect Witness now?
I think she'll trade that price all day long. I don't believe she's going to be shortening in the market because she is out at the weights. So you have to respect the likes of Miss Elegance and Leluvia. But I don't think it's a steal at her current odds. No.
It's interesting because we agree that she'll win. I still need to get Daryn on side here. When Daryn says, okay, we'll go with her, then it's interesting because we agree she'll win, but we're saying 14 to 10 is not great shake. So, you sort of, you remember Greg Blank always told us any price is a good price as long as it wins. So,
absolutely.
I don't know. It's an interesting one. Daryn, are you on side yet?
Yeah, I am, but Miss Elegance, last time she doesn't stay 1800 meters. She's tried it a few times and she's just one pace.
Daryn,
And
perfect
now she's
witness,
having her third run after a rest, so she should be cherry ripe. So
Daryn.
I'm not going to split them.
Daryn, perfect witness can't lose. Can't lose. Telling you. Race 8 on the card, the Highveld Racing Middle Stakes, 2,400 meters. Barak is at 5-2, top of the boards, and number 5, Undertois, the third, second choice at 3-1, 1, 2, 3. The 2, White Fang, the number 2's at 11-2, and 11-2, the 4, Traveling Wilbury, and 6-1. I don't know, it looks so hard. It's a middle stakes, it's one of those compressed races. I'll come back. Let me go to Daryn and let Daryn start with this one, final leg of the jackpot.
I like Barak, Mike de Kock stable, Muzi Yeni. I think he's going to suit this horse down to the ground. He takes some riding, this horse. He's got a big action, and I think a strong rider like Muzi Yeni is going to suit him. He's back on the stand side track, drawn well. I think a lot's in Barak's favor. White Fang, he's probably going to go to the front. He's a real staying top. He'll stay all day long. And if given an easy lead in a small field, he might just keep on galloping in the straight. So I'll make it between Barak and White Fang. Not much separating them in their last 2 starts. Barak did run 2 lengths or a length and a half ahead of him, and is a kilo better off for that run behind Shangani. So just the 2 of them for me in the pick 6.
Okay, you, Darryl?
Clyde, you touched on it's a middle stakes, and the 2 best weighted are the fillies, the 4RACING, Undertois and Traveling Wilbury. But in saying that, I found my pick 6 bank in the previous leg, and I think with a little bit of luck in running, every single runner has some sort of winning claims over here. So I've opted to go the field in the pick 6, but if I was pushed into a corner to narrow it down, I think Daryn's on the right. The right 2, the 2 that he's mentioned. But like I say, I've just opted to go the field over here.
All right, the 9th race on the card. Let's stay with Darryl for now, and the final leg of the pick 6. Hopefully we're all running, and Freed from Desire tops the boards here at 3-1 with her 60 on her back. She's drawn up the outside. It's interesting the sprint straight. I mean, last week we saw in that 6-horse field, and I didn't notice this before, but I did when I was commentating the race on the occasion. And funny enough, Paul Peters' horse won it. The starting stalls were positioned sort of towards the middle of the track. So the one horse jumped not that far away from the inside running rail. When normally the outside draw, it was only a 6-horse field, outside draw 6 is right up against the rail. On this occasion, or that occasion anyway, they jumped the one draw sort of middle inside, and it'll be interesting. I assume what field is this? 12 runners? 12 runners. I would assume that they would probably jump the starting stalls or place starting stalls with draw 12 is flush up against the outside. But it did prove that from a going perspective that you can win down the inside, Darryl.
Yeah, Clyde. Who won the race with up the straights in the late last week's sprint? I think Battle Force won towards the outside.
Battle Force won hard on the outside, yes.
Yeah. So,
but that was of Paul Peters that won up the inside. What was that horse called that won the race?
Winter Stories.
Winter Stories. That's right. I mean, that did hang. It did hang to the inside, but I'm not convinced that. The myth about the inside draw, if you draw an inside, you've got a problem.
Well, if you have a bit of rain around and the track, the penetrometer is sitting on, say, 24, 25, then it favors the outside draws. I've seen it a lot in the past. Okay. But off a penetrometer of 20, it should be pretty even.
All right. Well, how do we summarize the final leg of the pick 6? Where are we? Darryl or Daryn? Darryl first.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll go ahead. Number 1, Freed from Desire. We pointed out last time out before she ran that she was well treated because of the fact that she ran above her rating in her penultimate start. And despite notching up another victory in between, she's still lower rated than what she achieved when she ran that second to Tanzanite Queen. So she's obviously still well handicapped. She has won up the stand side straight when she won a maiden. She did hang on that occasion, but she's obviously learned how to race, and she's got stronger handling in the irons of year. She's going to give it another bowl train. In my opinion, she should be unbeaten since returning from that layoff. She's in good form. She'll be right there when the judges take the photos. Number 3, Quantum King. Now, obviously, he's still most effective around this trip. They tried him over further. He did it too hard. So he's likely raced. He's got a lot of scope for further improvement. Healthy respect for him. And then Bellucci. He traveled really well in his last start, and he looked to win again through the final furlong. I think now that they've dropped him to 6 furlongs, it could be to his liking. He did pick up a £4 penalty for running second last time out, but that form was franked with Little Prince winning yesterday at Turfentine, and Samuel Salt also franking that form line. I've only gone for 3 horses of Clyde in the pick 6. I've gone 1, 3, and 5. If you want to play a little bit wider, probably add the likes of number 7, Cotinos, but I've got my doubts over the strength of his latest form line. And then Bon Vivant, she's got ability, but she is returning from a rest. So those are the other 2 I'd probably add on if I was going wider. But for me, it's 1, 3, and 5.
Can I ask you about this horse, Winter Tiger, Daryn, number 9?
Yeah, he didn't beat much in his debut. That was at Fairview over 1,000 meters. A-grade Marmalade's not too clever, so I wouldn't include him. I don't think he'll feature in a race like this.
Okay.
My first choice, I'm between 1, 3, and 5 as well, the same as Darryl. Freed from Desire, won a cracker last time out, beating Good Queen Bess, who is quite highly regarded in the stable. Her form lines are solid. She's drawn hard up on the outside. So I'll make her the horse to beat over Quantum King, who's actually drawn next to her towards the outside. That was a good comeback run. Over the mile at Gravel, he did pull too hard, and that was a big feature race against Good Traveller. He only ran 5 lengths off that day, which he wasn't disgraced, and he came back with a very good win last time out. So there's more to come. Bellucci, I think that the drop to 1,200 meters also going to suit. Little Prince actually came out of that race and won a good race yesterday, I think it was. So he's got to be one for the shortlist. Other 2 to consider, Bon Vivant and Cotinos. I've thrown them into the pick 6, and I've thrown another spook into the pick 6 called Sicilian Tiger. I was very disappointed in his last start, but he has shown ability in the past, and he's only got 50 kilos on his back. So he could pop up at any price.
Okay, so all right, so that's the final leg of the pick 6 that we got from you guys, Turfentine. Let's have a look. Just a reminder again about the WhatsApp number 0691643272. Please, if you're not in there, please be added, because we keep adding the numbers on, and we will communicate with you. Some of the guys are asking when are we going to get more info. We are now starting to get the act together, because we've engaged with the people that we need to engage with, and so that you're part of it is important to us. Darryl, you want to take us through your slide? I'll start with you first. That's your page.
Clyde, like I touched on, I believe the pick 6 is an affordable perm, 420 Rand for a full unit. If you are brave enough, cut down, take another one, bank your Eternity Ring. I think she'll give you a bold showing. And if you're even more brave, go Barrack and White Fang in the second last leg. But that's my perm, 420 Rand for a full unit. The obvious banker for me is Perfect Witness. I think she'll take a ton of beating now that she's been tried on the stand side track. And my insure bet, I think a horse that will be in the money is the Paul Matchett trained Ivalo's Prince. Log on to Betway, close, I think around about 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. They put up those special markets and just see what price they are offering your Ivalo's Princess. Maybe that's a nice double to take. Ivalo's Princess under the insure bet and Perfect Witness to win. With that insure bet, just to quickly say, 6 to 1 is ordinary price. So he said when we spoke to Jonathan last time, cover the first 2, run second, get your money back, but take a skinnier price the win. So maybe you're taking 3 to 1 the first. If you run second, you get your money back, but 3 to 1 to win.
if you run third, maybe you'll be taking what, 2-1, 18-10?
Well,
No,
I've
no.
actually had a bet in Sherbet,
Yeah, tell us about it.
it was a medium-sized field, around 12 horses.
Yeah.
The horse was around 6-1, and they were offering 9-2, 5-1 in Sherbet to run second or third, your money back.
Sorry, I missed that.
So
Say
it's a
that
great
again.
price.
Say that again.
6-1 price and 9-2 in Sherbet.
Oh, okay. So not bad.
For
So what's
three
it, about
places.
25%? So you
No,
could,
it's very close to the price, actually.
yeah. So you could get 4-1 Ivalo's Prince the first two is what you say.
Yes.
No, it's not the
maybe
first two, Clyde.
5-1.
You just have to see what they state on top. Because
You know what I'm saying is,
then-
if Ivalo Prince has run second and you've taken the insure bet, right?
you get your
Get your
stake back.
money, you get your money back, but you're not taking 6-1. If you're taking the insure bet, you're taking probably 4-1.
Yeah, 9-2. I'm sure they'll price him up closer to 9-2.
9-2.
And
Okay,
then
what
for a
happens
bet-
if you choose the option of running where you run third and not second, get your money
No,
back?
that's the same.
Oh,
If
is
you
it
run
the same?
second or third,
Okay.
second
Okay.
or third, the price remains 9-2. You just have to make sure that the insure bet is 2 or 3 places on top. By the special market, it will state whether it's 2 or 3 places, all depending on the number of runners.
Okay, I've got you. Thank you. Sorted. Finished. Well done. Darren, your page. There's Cape Town for
I
us too.
don't have a best bet. If I had to have a best bet, it would be Barrack, but I am worried about White Fang there. So, and my value bet on the card is Follow Me at around 6-1. I think she's going to improve lengths from her last run. She's really going to come on from that run. I make her good value at around 6-1. My insure bet for the day is Follow Me. First 3 places, ordinary price around 6-1. You could even get 5-1 or 4-1 around there in Sherbet first 3. And that's a great price. My Kenilworth double of the day, Steinbeck in race 2. He's crying out for ground. He'll be an 2,000 meter horse in time to come. He really caught the eye on his comeback run of a 1200, staying on smartly late. He's drawn well, and his market rivals come out of the Poltergeist form line, which I believe isn't strong enough to take him on. So I make Steinbeck very hard to beat, and Spirit of Silvano, the best bet on the card, crying out for the 1950 meter trip. Good last run behind Global Alley. That form line's going to stand up strong. I make him just about a penalty kick. So my double of the day, Steinbeck and Spirit of Silvano.
The Cape Town is your play. Tell me, Darren, is this a good price? 13-10, Spirit of Silvano.
Yes, it looks very tempting, that price.
It's not going to last, eh? After the show goes out, it won't last. Okay, well, that's the latest in Cape Town as well. Our professional double on the day, Perfect Witness, is Darryl's best bet at 14-10 at Turpentine. And you just heard Daryn go with Spirit of Silvano at 13-10. It's 5-1 to stretch the double. So take that. It does. I think that's the play of your day. I'm also a Perfect Witness fan. I think that she will win, and we're looking forward to her doing so. Join us every Friday night. Don't forget for your preview of the weekend. We hope it will be a good one, and these horses will land. We're learning about it, more and more about it as we go, and there's exciting times ahead, no doubt. All right, guys, I think that's the play. So we need to build a kitty for the Summer Cup weekend, eh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that panel discussion, Clyde.
Yeah, we've put out on our WhatsApp group that we're looking to have that dinner and panel discussion, etc. And we want our guys that are on the WhatsApp group to join us. Hopefully you're active and you are betting, etc. And you'll go into the draw, and we'll get there will be I'm sure a few couples that will be invited to attend that. So yeah, that we'll confirm that as every day goes on as to where and when and how it's going to work as the detail comes. I know they've already confirmed one super professional jockey that's going to be there, and I'm sure that we're going to have quite a few more. So it's going to be lovely. And Darren, we want you to fly up that weekend, please. Hey, will you be available Summer Cup weekend?
I'm not so sure, but I get a bit of stage fright. So yeah, let's see how it goes, but I should be there.
No such thing as stage fright. You need to say what you need to say. Don't worry about it. It is what it is. So
right.
we'll make it happen, make it exciting for everybody. All right, guys, thanks. Enjoy your weekend.
Enjoy your evening, guys. Thank
All
you.
the best. Bye, guys.